separated all the siblings. I was brought up with one of my brothers. My older sister was by herself. The two siblings under me was raised up together. And sometimes I think the system don't care. They just want the children placed at a certain time. But when I was in middle school, I had a music teacher, a black woman, and she was a Muslim with the Nation of Islam. And me and her talked for a little bit. And you know what that woman was? The sister of Stephanie Mills. Now, I remember her. I, Her name was Miss Salam. Miss Salam. That's what we called her. Miss Salam. And Miss Salam was very into the music. She was into the music. She was into teaching us how to play the piano. She was you know, she was interested in us playing the piano, different instruments, singing. Her biggest thing was the singing thing. And I remember I used to show up every afternoon for her class when I was in middle school. Because in middle school, you get a little slip of paper say, this where you're supposed to be at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We go there at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Sometimes we show up 15 minutes early. The woman would be there and we would talk about the music. Yo, we used to be, yo, that woman was something. And then there was days I would miss her class. I skipped gym, I skipped music, I skipped everything except for art class. I used to love art class because I was an artist. Before I became who I am now, what I used to do, I used to draw a lot back in my younger days. And then I used to charge little children in high school, middle school, whatever, and draw on their clothes. I used to make all kinds of beautiful designs on their clothes because I was a graffiti artist at that time. I'm still a graffiti artist. I can go out here right now and spray paint something. I really want to send a lot of gifts to my YouTube creators. Shout out to my YouTube creators. Shout out to you. Anybody want to hit the link? You can hit it. I don't care. Who come up here? We talking about something different. I can't live in the past anymore. I gotta go into the present. I gotta go into the future. And that's what I want to do. That is what I want to do. I don't want to live in the past. Because I'm an artist. And I used to love to draw. I used to love to draw all the time. And my mother used to buy me like little pads where you draw on, and she used to give me little pencils and all that. And I used to learn how to do the shading. I was doing this at 9 years old. Please, when I got older, I went on my own. I was like, yo, I spray paint shit on people's stuff, especially their jeans, their jackets, all that. And they used to pay me for doing that. I can still draw to this day. I can draw a whole face and just like be like in awe. My sister got drawings that I did. My professors that when I was in college, um, they took some of the drawings. One of the drawings I did, it was an abstract. We were supposed to do an abstract drawing. I'm like, what the fuck is that? I drew what I wanted to do and took my time and did it, and it was 3D. It was like it was coming off the goddamn paper. The woman was so in love with it. She's like, I'm taking it for myself. I was like, goddamn, my name is on the bottom of the shit. My thing is, if anybody take anything of mine, I'm gonna have my name on it. I'm gonna stamp my shit on it. And that's what I'm gonna start doing. Any drawings I do now, I'm gonna have my stamp on it. Arabia Barbosa. And it's gonna have a 5-point star and the date. The date and time. That's it. I'm tired of this bullshit. Anybody wanna hit the link? It's an open panel. Oh, everybody's so worried about Sis. Rabbit got a wrench doing his link. I don't give a fuck. Don't nobody want to hit this link? Okay, I'll talk by myself. I don't care. I don't care who come in. I don't care who don't come in. But my thing is, when I was a little girl, I used to love to draw and paint. I didn't like paints that much. I liked drawing. When I went to prison, I did a lot of drawings. That's how I accumulated certain business for myself, making Christmas cards or birthday cards or envelopes. Chad, I used to design envelopes. And I always wanted to be a tattoo artist. A tattoo artist. Now, if I would have went back to Newport News, Virginia, and got those classes, I would have became a tattoo artist. I always wanted to be a tattoo artist and stuff. It is what it is. I like art. I like poetry. I like all kinds of art forms. Singing, dancing, whatever it is, I like it. It is what it is. It's an open panel. Anybody can hit the link and talk your shit. Just talk it. I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm gonna be silent. Mm-hmm. And that's what I do. But I like to talk to my people in the chat. Whoever's in the chat is 3 people watching. Thank you for coming over here and watching this channel. I'm not going to get too much traction because other YouTube creators are probably doing their lives or whatever. I don't give a fuck. And it is what it is. But I always liked art. I always like to create my own thing. Farmer Nancy, thank you. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Farmer Nancy. Farmer Nancy trying to be my moderator. Farmer Nancy, you get $5 for even doing that. You're my moderator. Mm-hmm. Hey, my baby, you all right with me? Farmer Nancy, I need to learn how to plant those cabbages outside of my house. Yeah, I gotta dig up the ground and all that, and plant the cabbages. Yeah, and I gotta look out for the cabbage worms. I gotta look out for the cabbage worms. The cabbage worms been kill all the collard greens and everything. I said, "Oh my goodness! Oh, I can't have them cabbage patch worms coming into my house. I can't do it, Providence. I gotta plant the cabbages away from my doorstep." I thank you, Farmer Nancy. You always been so sweet and so kind. And you're a veteran. You served in the Navy, just like my grandfather did. Landry's Charles Smith the first in this country. And that man served during World War II. Yes, he was a World War II hero. Came back with all those accolades. And when he came back to this country, he was treated like a little dog. He couldn't take it. He couldn't take it. He was angry. And he died, I think in his 40s. Yeah. He died in his 40s. He died way before I even was born. I think he died the same year I was born. hmm My mother, my biological mother, she caused a lot of problems. She caused a lot of problems. And I think the reason why she caused a lot of problems, because she was already married to someone else, and she got with my father and different dudes in New York, and she had 5 children. She had more than 5 children. 2 of her children died. They was twins. Mm. That's why my mother really went to her shell. Like a recluse. She don't talk to nobody. She don't want to be around nobody. She don't even want to be around her own children or grandchildren. That woman got 13 grandchildren, over 13 grandchildren, and she don't give a fuck. And now she got great grandchildren. Why does my mother deserve all these accolades? And she did nothing to help it. Oh, Farmer Nancy, you didn't fight during the Iraq War, like my sister-in-law, Sergeant Crystal Reagan. I think you know who she is. She was with the army though. She was in the Navy, a veteran. And I don't understand, Farmer Nancy, how these women come back to this country after being overseas and they get killed in their own home, in their own neighborhoods. There's been a lot of that going on, Farmer Nancy. Mm. Well, Farmer Nancy, I don't know, but um, my sister-in-law, Sergeant Krista Reagan, got killed back in 2011, and she served in Iraq twice, 2 tours, 18 months each time. She came back home that last time. No more, no more. I used to live with her back in the day. And she always told me to look out for myself. Don't worry about her. Don't worry about nobody. Farmer Nancy, let me ask you something. Why do these women come back from overseas, they got the military training, and they come home and get killed. How do they get killed? You got the military training, you good, but other women ain't good. They suffering. Okay. Well, from an answer, I respect your opinion. You said I can't say. But how do y'all get military training and how to defend yourselves? And when y'all come back, not you, Farmer Nancy, but some women come back from the military, got all that training, their bodies are all fit, and they can't defend themselves. That's what I'm asking about. I'm not angry with you, but I'm just angry with the system. I'm angry with these women for not fighting back. Fight back. God damn. I fight back. When a man hit me in my face, I be fighting back. When a man kick me, I fight back. When a man say certain words to me, I fight back. These women, I don't know what's going on with this younger generation. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Who's this?
It's me, Arabia. Sorry, I didn't know I was up here. Hold on. This is Farmer Nancy.
Yeah, okay. Hey, baby. What's going on with these women that can't fight back?
Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, I had to stop that echo. Arabia, I really can't say, in certain situations, especially when we have children involved, I think that we find ourselves putting our own selves on the line in hopes that the babies will be okay. And I think that it's so many instances where that happens, right? I've seen so many women, even the women that are still in service. Like you have the cases of the young lady that went missing in Fort Hood, and then there's another one right now that they're dealing with. There was another recent murder of a young soldier, a female soldier out there. um, I want to say, in a way, I think that maybe we some women don't aren't aware of their surroundings. Like when we come home, we let our guards down. Maybe we're not as on alert as we would be when we're deployed and we're in a war stance. You know what I'm saying? Um, but that's really all I can think. Cause you're right, like you say, you're gonna defend yourself, and I would most definitely do the same.
I wish she would have defended herself that night because it would have saved us a whole lot of heartache. I wish she would have defended herself just by speaking her words, but she's dead and she ain't coming back. And a lot of women, just like her, ain't coming back. They go
Right,
overseas, they do all this service work. They might be 2, 3, 4, 5 years, 18 years in the service and come home and get killed. What the hell is going on with these women? I'm going to start speaking up about that. I want a
yep,
law passed. I want a law passed. If you kill a veteran, you got to get life in prison or you get the death penalty. I'm sorry. I'm. This is me. This is me.
I
This is
can
me.
I can agree with that. I can see that. But and you know, it happens to the men too. I had a friend that was in the army and he came home and he had went out with some friends and some guys robbed him and killed
Oh.
him
Oh my God.
and left him on the highway. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's just something. It's we let our guards down when we come home from deployment. In our minds, we're home. You know, we're back on home soil, on home land, and we're not in that fight or flight mode, that fight mode that we would be in when we're in a hot zone, when we're in under deployment like that. You know, so I think that that might have, you know, something to do with it, but in a situation like that, you know, I really couldn't say. And I think because I hear so many stories, you hear so many stories about women being attacked and losing their
Mhm.
lives in violent situations. And because we're not there, you don't know what that fight is like. You don't know in that moment if they're scratching, screaming, yelling, running, you know, how much of a fight is being put up, or if they're, you know, trying to be more in a submissive way to try to save their own lives and think that something like that might help. You know, so in those moments, because we're not there and we've never been faced with something like that, we, like I say, we really can't say, but we can just pray. I mean, we can just try to educate, like you say, push for bills, push for policy, that can help change those type of situations, help bring
Yeah,
awareness.
'cause I'm going to start writing to the Congress people about
Yep.
this because I'm tired of it. I'm tired of my sisters dying. I'm tired.
And I'm always in I'm always with writing to Congress, right? Councils and stuff like that.
Hello, Selena.
Hey, hey,
Oh,
how
Hey
y'all doing?
Selena,
Selena,
I'm calling Nancy
I'm
today.
good.
My two sisters.
Hey
Oh, my
Selena
two
girl, what's going
sisters. I
on?
totally respect. Love
Oh,
y'all. Mama
Girl,
Nancy, I
love
love
you
you.
too. We
Selena.
love you too.
Oh my God. Oh my God. This is too much.
what are you talking about?
She a
We
mess,
it's
right?
open panel. It's an open panel.
It's an open panel. We came to say hey.
Yeah.
She had asked me, I know she had asked me what is it?
I don't know
What
what the
is
echo is. Mine echoing?
I don't
that
think
might do
you're
I have an
echoing.
echo?
I don't hear
Yeah, I don't
echo.
yeah, I don't hear
Yep.
an echo.
I just hear background stuff.
Oh,
Yeah, that
okay.
might be my kid.
Okay, well, let me see. On my end, let me see. Let me turn this shit off. Cause no, cause I might got something on that like the Bluetooth. You know how
Yep.
the Bluetooth is, and I'm like, God damn, now I gotta break the Bluetooth.
Hmm.
Oh no, don't let me break the Bluetooth. Okay, there you go. Y'all good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
All right.
I was just coming up. I was just coming up here to say hello.
Hello, Selena. Yeah, this is an open panel, but
Hey girl.
I really want to know what's going on with these veteran women coming back from home. And Farmer Nancy, she's a veteran. She's a Navy veteran. Shout out to the Navy because my grandfather was a Navy serviceman years ago during World War II. Shout out to him. And Farmer Nancy, I respect you. I love you. I love your videos. Child, you be doing so much good work in the community. Selena, I thank you for coming up here and speaking your truth. Cause girl, you be telling the truth, and I be like almost scared to even hit your video sometimes.
What?
I be like, oh, Selena, but I'm not there yet. He's still working on me.
Mhm.
I'll be like, she trying to get better.
But
Yeah,
I love both of you women. I love both of you women.
yeah. I'm go. You
Appreciate it, though.
know, I'm 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 glad that a lot of this stuff has happened because it has kind of got me out of my shell, and I'm starting not to let how I'm starting not to let people, get to me.
Right.
You know.
Right.
But you know what? I started doing that crocheting with Empress 21 Love.
Uh
We got
huh.
the crocheting class going on Sundays, and Farmer Nancy, she's a part of it, and that's my girl. And Selena,
Right.
you encouraged us in the other video you did last night to get involved with doing nice things like crocheting and sewing and getting involved with like Farmer Nancy's doing.
Right.
And Farmer
Yeah,
Nancy is very important. Very
I had,
important.
we had,
Right.
me
And
and my
see,
baby
Farmer
had,
Nancy has a life uh,
mhm.
that other people don't have on this app.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Nah, for real. Man, I'm forgetting. Oh, I had been wanting to do crochet for so long. And so when I saw Lonnie talking about it, and then when I saw you doing it, I was like, I hope that they gonna start doing this on a regular basis because
Yeah, we
I have
gonna
been wanting to
do it on a
crochet
regular basis.
dolls. Yeah, I have been wanting to crochet dolls, and I have been wanting to make little washcloths and dishcloths, just like
Yes,
little stuff to
ma'am.
go in my farm gift shop because we was gonna do a farm gift shop. So
Yes,
I thought it would
ma'am.
be cool and fun. Plus, I like to sew. I'm pretty crafty. I like to do DIY stuff. So
Where Selena went?
I
Oh.
don't know where she went.
Oh,
She might have had an echo.
Empress Lonnie One Love is in the
Hey,
chat.
Lonnie. Hey, Lonnie.
What's
I don't
up,
even know how to
Lonnie?
look at the chat while I'm on here. Okay, hold on.
Oh, Empress Lonnie One Love. Shout out to Empress Lonnie One Love, my baby. Shout out to Selena, and Farmer Nancy. Oh
Yes, I'm
my
gonna come
goodness,
back
we
to you.
got we got two powerhouses in the house.
It's going down
Farmer
tonight.
Nancy, Empress Lonnie One Love, Selena. Three powerhouses. I'm little.
Oh, my TV is so
I
loud. My
bow
baby over
down.
here watching. Everybody hates Cree. I'm sick of her.
Well, we up here talking real truth, and I'm glad you hit the panel Farmer Nancy. I'm so glad because I don't have your phone number. I can't call you, so I'm glad you hit the panel.
I
You're on
did. Yeah, I
the
wanted to come and say hey. And you were talking about that, and I didn't want to. I couldn't really answer your question in the chat, so I was like, let me just hop up there real quick. I'm about to go and get my kids to bed, get them in their beds and stuff. And if you still up there, I'll come back. But
panel.
I'll be around later tonight. I'll be around to chit chat and talk with you.
Oh my God, Farmer Nancy, thank you for coming up. I love you so much. And
Definitely,
send me
you
some
too,
seeds. Send me some
Arabia.
seeds.
I'm gonna send you some tea. I look forward to really sharing the tea with everybody and being able to
Yes,
send. Listen,
man.
this is gonna be the exciting part when the
Oh
cotton
my
grows,
goodness.
and we pick the cotton, and I can send it to y'all after we thread it and spin it,
Oh
and then
yes.
we crochet with the cotton that I grew. Oh my God, it's
Yes,
gonna be
that
epic.
would be wonderful.
It's gonna be epic. We're gonna have so much fun.
I know that's
I'm
gonna
gonna
be
talk to
right.
you. It's gonna be so much fun. But I'll talk to you in a bit. I'm gonna be back down in the chat. I'm about to make this little bitty girl go to sleep. She's trying to be
Yes,
up all night.
ma'am.
All
Yes,
right,
ma'am.
later.
All right. Shout out to Farmer Nancy. She came up here. She spoke her truth and she shared her experience with me. And we had Selena. That's my baby over there, the life coach on YouTube. That is the real life coach. I love Selena. Empress Lonnie One Love. If you want to hit the link, you can hit the link anytime you want. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Um, I just speaking of this is an open panel. Anybody can come up, talk his shit. I don't care who come up. But I'm gonna be watching the chat to see who the trolls are. Cause I don't want no trolls in my shit. Now, Empress Lonnie One Love, you wanna come up? You can come. Anybody that's in the chat, you can come up. Ghost Watchers in the chat, you can come up. Hit the link. Hit the link. This is Arabia Barbosa, 914, Westchester County, New York. We are in the house. This is an open panel. I'm talking about anything tonight. And that is to the street, the shower shitter. Oh my God. He came out there and did 2 videos against my homegirl Tamika. Let me tell you something, is to the street. Don't nobody fuck with my people. You better get off her ass and stop talking shit about her. And if you don't do it, sir, I'm going to attack you. Now, I'm trying to stay off my attack mode. I'm the German Shepherd in the room. When you get in the room, you can't get out. I'm going to tell you that right now, sir. I don't play with these men on YouTube. I don't play with them. But I respect the women on YouTube. Look at the women on YouTube. Look at us. Look at us, God. Empress Lonnie One Love. You can hit the link whenever you want. I don't know what you're doing. But let me talk a little bit further on. When I was growing up in New York, I went to the foster care system. Okay. And then after I left at the foster care system and got a little bit grown up, I went into the real world and I met my future sister-in-law, Sergeant Krista Reagan. Now at that time when I met her, she was not yet a Burton, Burton. She was a Wilson at that time, or Franklin, or whatever her last name was. I think it was Wilson before she married my brother. Anyway, when I met this woman the first time, I looked at her. I said, wow, she looked like Brandy. Because she had those widespread eyes, but she had that nice smooth skin and all that. And she was looking so good to me. And I said, do not get with Michael. Do not get with that dude. I knew Michael ever since he was 4 years old. Because we was in foster care. So I met him when he was 4 years old. I already knew how he was. Yes. And I tell the whole world, I knew him way before he even knew himself. And that man was an abuser way before then. But he was a nice guy, but he turned into an abuser because he was angry because his mother never came back and got him. See, a lot of times when these women drop their children off in the foster care system, especially in New York, wherever you at, if you tell your child, I'm coming back to get you, and they don't see you a day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, a whole week, 2 weeks, a whole month, 2 months, 3 months, these children lose hope and they get angry with you. because you left them. And now they know you abandoned them. If you didn't want these children in the first place, why not get an abortion? Why not do that? Now they got things in place where you can take your child and take them to a fire station or police station or a hospital and drop them off. Back in my day, them bitches used to drop them babies off in the dumpsters, in the trash bags. You know how many babies we found? Found. Way before I was way before I was 14 years old, way before I was 13 years old, I was a little girl finding babies in trash bags in New York. And I'm currently afraid to say shout out to New York, but shout out to New York because that shit did happen. It was reality for me. And at 9 years old, I decided not to have no children because of what happened to me. And I asked the social worker, I said, what would happen if I was to have a baby and could not take care of it? You know, the social worker told me, oh, we'll come and take the baby away from you and you'll never see the baby again. I said, oh no, that ain't never gonna happen to me. I decided that at 9 years old. And I wrote an essay at 8 years old, what I was afraid of. My parents would get old and get sick and die. I would have to pay mortgage, car payments. I learned all that way before I was 10. I started writing about it at 8. At 9 years old, I decided I didn't want to have no kids. And to this day, I thought I was making the right decision, but I'm feeling like that was not the right decision. At least I would have had one child by now. If I have a child now, I'm still having a period. Oh my God. That child gonna be by themselves. They ain't gonna have no playmates. Their cousins gonna be too old to even play with them or hang around them. So it is what it is. 914 Westchester County, New York. We are in the house. Shout out to Farmer Nancy. Shout out to her for even hitting the link. She never hit my link. And shout out to who else hit my link? I think it was another person hit my. Shout out to them too. I can't remember their name. I know they somebody important, but I can't remember their name. You don't had too much to drink. Oh, I had 340s, not no 211s. Old English. Old English. All English is the worst beer you can drink. It's cheap and it's worse. Who want to hit the link? Anybody want to hit the link? Oh, well, we ain't got too many ghost watchers tonight. We ain't got too many ghost watchers tonight because Sis, he got his own thing going on and stuff. Lonnie, one love. I know you good. I know you good. You always been good with me. Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you something, Lonnie. And I don't mean no harm. But I remember that one particular morning, I was sleeping in this house. I was sleeping in the bed I'm in right now. And I said, I ain't gonna do shit. Fuck everybody. I started laying in that goddamn bed. My house was already clean. I already cleaned the house and all that. I said, fuck everybody. I was so discouraged. Then I heard Miss 504 over there talking her shit. I said, what Miss 504 over there doing? I look over there, Miss 504. She driving her little car talking shit. She in her house talking shit. I said, okay. Then I heard the voice of Empress Lonnie One Love. I said, what going on with Lonnie? And then Lonnie started doing her lives on Sunday. Everybody was jamming in there. We was all jamming. We was all dancing, clapping our hands, singing to the song. And Lonnie was doing her thing. She was talking her shit. Lonnie always talking shit. I love Lonnie One Love. I love Lonnie One Love. Shout out to Empress Lonnie One Love. Shout out to Farmer Nancy. Shout out to any woman on this platform. Because we are under attack. We are under attack. And y'all don't even see what's going on. You ain't see the play? I seen it. Mr. Skinny apologizing to T.Y. He should never went against T.Y. That's something Mr. Skinny always do. He do it. I watched him with KB. I watched him with Tommy Sotomayor. Watch him with T.Y. I'm watching with brown skin lady. Shout out to brown skin lady. And my baby over there. Oh. And she don't mean no harm to nobody. Let me tell you something. The certain part of brown skin lady is from in South Carolina. I met those women before. And all of them are real. None of them are fake. All of them are real. All of them are assertive. All of them are loyal. When they are in your corner, they are in your corner. When you want to know the truth about something, they will tell you the goddamn truth. Those women from the part of South Carolina that brown skin lady is from, shout out to brown skin lady. At least she stood her ground, 10 toes down, and speak her truth. And I tried to defend her over 2 weeks ago when I was over at my boyfriend's house. I was doing a short live and talking about the roach trials. And my boyfriend was in the background. He said, how you know she ain't do none of that shit? I said, I was there. That woman ain't did none of that shit that they said that she did. She is innocent of all the charges. I don't care what charges they brought against her. They were lying against her. They had hostile winters. They had hostile winters going against her. Hostile witnesses. That's what witness is, or winter. Anytime you are a witness of anything, you are a winter. You are a winter and you're a snitch. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I could be up here all night talking to myself. I'm not gonna be up here too long. But thank you, Farmer Nancy, for coming up, speaking your truth. Thank you to anybody else that hit the link and spoke their truth. And we got to get the message out about these women on YouTube. See, the days of Miss 504 is over. The days of Sister T is over. The days of Queen Regina is over. The days of Carmen Kaboom is over. The days of Cynthia G is over. We got a whole new wave of women YouTube creators coming. They coming. You don't see them, you don't hear them right away, but they are here. They are putting themselves in different places of the sector, and they are speaking out. And they're not coming in, hello, kumbaya, my lord, kumbaya. They ain't doing that. Those young women are coming in, I don't give a fuck, not a single solitary fuck. I don't give a motherfucker. That's how they coming in. These young women. Let me drop the link again. It's an open panel. Anybody can come in and do and talk this shit. You can talk this shit anytime you want. And I'll be right there. I'll be right there and accept your call. Cause I'm like Wendy Williams right now. I will accept your call and we go on from there. Yeah. I ain't gotta have too many people. I know I got a lot of ghost watchers. They're telling me one thing, but I already know. It's like 13 people ghost watching. And they're gonna share this video. I'm gonna share this video too. But one thing I want to talk about is that foster care system. When you get these children involved with the foster care system, there's nothing you can do. Even the grandparents can't get custody. And I remember, because I was born in 1973. When I started going through all this mayhem with the courts, now remember I said 1973, 9 years old. So this was in 1982 when I got adopted. After I got adopted, these motherfuckers thought they could do whatever they want to do. But the state was still paying them twice a month for each year I was there. When I got close to my 18th birthday, the woman in the house, which was Miss Ruth Burton, was trying to put me out of the house. Anywhere I went after I left her house, she didn't want me there. I remember when I became destitute and homeless, I started living with my sister-in-law, Sergeant Krista Reagan, before she became Sergeant Krista Reagan. At that time, she was known as the third Mrs. M.R.S. Burton. Okay? Because she was married to one of my brothers. His name was Michael. Anyway, to make a long story short, I was living with her. I didn't stay with her for a whole year. I didn't stay with her 2-3 years. I stayed with her for 6 months. 6 months. That's long enough. Matter of fact, that's too long to stay with any relative. If you're gonna live with somebody and that's your relative, you need to stay there for a week or maybe 2 weeks and get your ass out. Okay? She allotted me 6 months. You know why she did that? Because I always helped around the house, clean the house, did the laundry, cooked the food, gave her whatever I needed, whatever she needed off my food stamp program, whatever. I didn't give a fuck. I didn't give a fuck about none of that. I didn't give a fuck because she had children. She had 2 children, Laquana and Sierra. Sierra was the one. I'm gonna tell you something. When I was in prison, Sierra was the one that came to visit me while I was in prison. She was 2 years old at the time when my parents were bringing her. When I got out, Sierra said, "What happened to the house that you were living in and had all that barbed wire around?" I miss Sierra. I do. That woman used to speak her mind and her whatever she felt. She spoke it out. She was a real queen, a real woman, way before her time. Way before her time. She was changing pampers at a young age. She was cleaning the house at a young age. She was going to school. She fell back in school 1 year. And I think the reason why she fell back is because my sisters was no longer coming to the house, which was her other aunts, Janelle and Tiffany. And Tiffany was always working. Janelle used to always love to come to the house. I'm gonna tell you something about Janelle, and I'm getting real touchy. I'm getting real touchy right now because I remember being 9 years old, living in Mount Vernon, New York, in that foster care home system situation. They brought a baby in there, and the baby was 4 months old. I didn't know it was a baby. I went in the room, I looked, the baby was sitting on the bed. I thought it was a baby doll. You know what I did? I went up there and picked the baby up. That thing opened her eyes and started moving her head. I said, "Oh shit, this is a real baby." I put the baby down and ran out the room. I was trying to run out the room. The baby started crying. I went back into the room, picked the baby up. The baby stopped crying. The baby was in my arms. I'm just feeling the emotion right now. It's like this shit happened like over 40 years ago. Cause that woman right now, the woman I'm talking to you about, is in her 40s now. I'm 50. That woman is in her. Matter of fact, I think she's around the same age as Empress Lonnie One Love. Shout out to Empress Lonnie One Love. Yeah, that's how old that baby is. That baby is 40 years old. No, let me think a little bit closer. Hold on. Let me go back in my memory. Yeah, that baby is around Empress Lonnie One Love age. And she's a Taurus. Well, let me make a long story short. My adopted mother came into the room and she said, "That's your baby. You take care of the baby." I said, "Oh no." And I had to do everything for the baby. Clean the baby, wash the baby, feed the baby, give the baby the bottle, give the baby the other bottles that she liked, like formula, and then you had the glucose bottles. You remember the glucose bottles? It had water in it and it had sugar in it. And that baby was always hyper. I never knew why the baby was so happy. But anyway, me and the baby used to play together. We used to watch TV together. We used to sing together. That baby got bigger and bigger and bigger. Then one day I was in prison when the baby started having sex. And the baby got pregnant. And the baby, when I called home one particular weekend, and she answered the phone, she said, "Hey, baby, it's me. It's me, Janelle." I said, "What's going on, girl?" She said, "I got something to tell you." I said, "What's going on?" And I was just so happy to hear her voice. She said, "I'm pregnant." My whole phone I almost fell on the floor. I couldn't believe it. I said, "What?" She was 15 years old when she told me that she was pregnant. She gave birth. A few months later, she had a baby. And then a few years down the line, maybe 3 years later after that, the woman went into the fucking military. She served this country. She's a veteran. Shout out to Janelle. Shout out to my baby. Yeah, it was a lot of drama with that family. A lot of drama. Now, this woman I helped raise, so called help raise. You can't help raise nobody that ain't really your child. You thinking they your sibling. You helping the sibling. This child got 4 children now. One of the children is in college. Thank God for that. Thank God for that. The child is in college. But before the child went to college, the child tried to get in touch with me on my Facebook page. And she said, "Honor baby, I need to talk to you about something." And I think she was trying to tell me she was gay. Because she already knew I was gay. So she said, "Mommy not going to understand. Honor baby will understand." And I love the baby no matter what. She part of my sister. The sister I helped raise. 9 years old, waking up 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning to feed the baby, to change the baby, to play with the baby. That was the mother. And the mother had 4 children. One of the children, that child, oh, she's something. And I know she gonna rule my sister's house. I know she is. If she ain't ruling it now, she gonna rule it because she was under the other one that went to college. The other one that went to college, she never really did too many bad things. But the other one stole money out of my wallet. I left my wallet on the fucking table. I don't know why I did that. She asked me for $1 that day. I told her, "You ain't gonna get no dollar out of me." I went in the bathroom, left my wallet outside. You know what that woman did? That young woman, little girl. She was 8 years old at that time. She took the money out of the wallet. Now I'm talking about what happened in 2012. She was 8 years old. She's much older now. I know she's older. I know she's thicker. I know she's taller. She probably is ruling my sister's house. I have no idea. I have no idea of anything because my sister was married to the child father for a short period of time. Because I remember her changing her name from Burton to Brown. And everybody always questioned why she got with that dude. That dude was no good for my sister. No good. And I will tell the whole world that dude was never no good. He didn't care nothing about my sister. My sister was beautiful. She's still beautiful. Let me tell you something. When I went to New York, I met I met her biological mother. I met Miss Pam. I met her biological mother. And the only reason why I knew that was Miss Pam, because she had the same eyes Janelle had. That's the only way I knew that was Miss Pam. And Miss Pam was a real OG. She was a true, real OG. A lot of women that lived in New York used to rock out with my biological mother. And this thing is getting really tricky with me. Getting really tricky with me. Nobody's in my chat. It don't matter. I can talk by myself. What I'm saying is the world is very small. And what I'm saying is drug addiction and alcohol addiction is very real. And I remember I was sitting with my biological father, the father that never did nothing for me. He said he was paying child support. How you paying child support and we end up in the fucking system? You should have fought for us. That would have eliminated the bullshit. He never fought for us because he was not ready to be a father. He didn't want to be a father. A lot of these dudes don't want to be fathers. If they don't want to be fathers and the women get pregnant, you ain't using condoms, you ain't using no kind of protection to protect yourself, you're going to end up pregnant. What you going to do? You going to get an abortion or you going to carry the child for 9 months? Because if you put them in the system, it's like you said you had an abortion. You gave birth, but you gave an abortion as well. So that's two different kingdoms. That's two different worlds. That's two different spirits and souls running over. It's a spell. When you do that, when you carry a child for over 9 months, like 9 months, some people have more than 9 months, they give birth to child, whatever, the child late. And when the child get born, they got teeth. Is some women that be pregnant longer than 9 months. And I've seen them do it. And when they give birth, the child got already teeth in their fucking mouth. So you cannot breastfeed those children. You got to put them on a bottle for a little bit, like a few weeks, and then you got to smash up the food and give it to them. Come on, man. You got to do the same thing a bird do. A lot of women don't know how to be mothers. If the universe would allow me to be a mother, I would only have one. How many mistakes I would have made with the one, I don't know. If I was to get pregnant right now, who would my child play with? Or his or hers cousins are way older than that child. They're not gonna have patience with my child. Ain't nobody gonna push my child down. Nobody gonna punch my child in the eye. Nobody gonna do none of that shit. You hurt my child, I'ma hurt you. For real. The women on YouTube, this is how I see you. You the next Sergeant Crystal Reagan, whether you know it or not. You next Sergeant Crystal Reagan, whether you know it or not. And some of y'all be like, my name is not Crystal. My name is not Sergeant. My name is not Reagan. Your name is your name. But I realize what's going on YouTube and I see the play. I see what Mrs. Skinny is doing. I see what KB is doing. I see them. I see what Queen Regina is doing. I see what Sister T and them are doing. I see what Ears to the Street, the shower shitter, aka shower shitter, is doing. I see them. I see them. Okay, this is the end for this live. I will see y'all all in the next video. I'm not gonna be up here for no 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours because I had to get up in the morning and go to work. I really gotta go to work tomorrow and make me some coin. So I'm a little bit low. Peace out. New York love. Peace. 914, which is County, New York. We are in the house. Let's give the shout out to New York, Yonkers, New Rochelle, Mount Vernon, White Plains, Portchester, Peekskill, Scarsdale, Bronxville, Tarrytown, Hartsdale, Sleepy Hollow, Valhalla, and let's not forget about the 5 boroughs. Let's not forget about the 5 boroughs. And let's not forget about the other cities that help New York be corrupt as it is. Nobody want to talk about that. Nobody want to talk about police corruption in these police departments. Yes, I know about them. How they sell drugs back on the street. How they sell guns back on the fucking street. Fuck the police. Peace out. New York love. One.